The community of Hammanskraal says it is saddened by the death of 10 people due to a recently confirmed diarrheal infection outbreak affecting Hammanskraal, which is north of Pretoria. The outbreak has also led to more than 70 people receiving medical treatment. The chairperson of the Hammanskraal Residents Forum, Tumelo Koitheng, says they warned government in 2018 that Hammanskraal water is unfit for human consumption and is contaminated with traces of nitrate. Now, however, government brushed them aside, saying that there is no medical proof. The Gauteng Health Department has urged the public to take extra precautions and maintain proper hand hygiene. The chairperson of the Hammanskraal Residents Forum is with us this morning, Tumelo Koitheng, and he joins us to discuss the matter further. Tumelo, it's great to have you. Thanks very, very much for joining us on the program. Tumelo, talk to us about how are things at the moment. We know that the death toll was sitting at 10 people that have passed away so far. Many are still in hospital right now. Did you get any updates overnight as to the condition of those that are in hospital?
Good morning, Leanne, and the viewers at home. And condolences to the families of the departed. And also wishing a speedy recovery to those that are receiving medical treatment as we speak. It's indeed, it's been a very sad weekend and continue to be so. We didn't get any new reports. The reports that we are having now is that we're still at 10 departed and about 70 still receiving medical treatment.
Yeah, and these are devastating numbers that we're hearing of. So, Tumelo, talk to us about the state of the water that we know. We're hearing that, there's warning, don't drink it, make sure that you don't use this water for anything right now. But perhaps you can give us an idea. You've been complaining about the water, as we said, since 2018, and nothing has been done. Let's talk about the state of the water right now. How is it looking? What is happening?
Well, the water remains unfit for human consumption. And the reason is that, Leanne, until the source of contamination has been dealt with, Hammanskraal will never receive water that reach 214 standard.
Yeah. And many say that when we talk about the source of this water, there are a lot of places and blames that it's pointing towards. And the one is, of course, the Rooiwal wastewater treatment works. This hasn't been maintained. And the reports are saying that there is raw sewage that is spilling into the Arpies River, which feeds the Loikraal Dam, and this is the main supply of water to Hammanskraal. So when we talk about the source of it, that is what it's being attributed to. That's what some organizations are saying is the problem, that there is actually sewage in the water.
Yes, that's correct. The Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant is not functioning to its full capacity. It has not been maintained. There was no proper planning in terms of supply and demand. You would understand that the areas have grown over the years with more people coming in, and there was no planning in terms of upgrading the infrastructure. So now, as we speak, there's been also a lack of maintenance to the plant, which really is true that we even went there and saw it with our own eyes, that feces pour directly into the Arpies River, and then which the Arpies River supplies the Hammanskraal communities with water downstream.
Yeah.
From the Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant to the Loikraal Dam, which supplies the Temba water purification plant with water.
Yeah, and I mean, this poor water quality in the area has been a bone of contention for some time. I mean, to the point where the South African Human Rights Commission actually tried to intervene and declared that the water was unfit for human consumption. And this was after the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research's independent sample analysis. What happened after that? I mean, this was concrete evidence that this water was contaminated. What happened?
Yeah, we lodged the complaint with the Human Rights Commission, and we were part of the water sampling around Hammanskraal. And we even went to present to the to Parliament, to the Portfolio Committee on Human Rights and Human Settlement and Water and Sanitation. And it was agreed that a USDG grant, Urban Settlement Development Grant, should be utilized to upgrade the river wastewater treatment plant, because that is the source of the whole problem in Hammanskraal. And now there has been, the first phase was then started, but there has been challenges with the contractors there, and there has been, this issue has been politicized, and that's where we are aggrieved, because we said this matter of river and water should not be politicized. So for now, the river wastewater treatment plant project has been stopped. Nothing is happening. So the situation remains the same, because river is still pours effluent into the Apis River. We're still receiving unfit water for consumption, and nothing has changed up to date.
Yeah, and I mean, we had the mayor in, funnily enough, last Friday, and he was promising us that this is high on their priority list and that they are going to try and sort this Rooiwal treatment plant out, and they're going to upgrade it. But this is not helping right now, because right now we're seeing people dying, and this is now the biggest tragedy that we've seen in some time. The reality is that the water, there's been an issue since 2005, if we have to go all the way back to the situation with regard to the water. Now you've been told that the water is not fit for human consumption. Where you are living, the department have assured us that they've sent out water tankers, that they're trying to assist the community as best they can. Can you confirm that? What is it like? Is there enough water coming in to help the community?
Look, Leon, the problem is that there is political instability within the city. We've had numerous mayors to date, and tomorrow we might wake up not having a mayor. So that's the problem, that the political instability hampers with plans to upgrade and fix this problem. So that is what it gives us sleepless night. And look, politicians would always say things. A lot has been said about the Hammanskraal issue. What we need is action. Things must be done. And also, we've been in our meetings with the authorities. We've always highlighted this matter, that there needs to be a sort of a steering committee whereby community stakeholders will be part of. The point that we are making is that when a mayor and then MMC leave office, then comes new people, then we have to start all over again. So it's important that there is some kind of a structure that is constituted, so that there should be continuity, whether there's a new political establishment or not. Yeah. So, we are always running around in circle, getting a new mayor, a new MMC, talking the same things all over again. Then tomorrow they are gone. We start all over again. Indeed. And yes, the tanks have been allocated to Hammanskraal, but there is no monitoring of the tanks. When this was initially started, after we have complained to the parliament, after the trucks were allocated, we were the ones who used to allocate them to the wards. And by then we were able to, allocate nine or so trucks per ward. And we had the schedule so that people would know that on Monday or Tuesday or 3 times a week, 4 times a week, trucks will be coming to our side. But over time, politicians complain that we cannot, continue running that program because we are not councillors, because we are not officials, and they took the project away from us. And then that's where problems started.
Yeah.
The trucks became to be lesser and lesser and lesser. So there is no monitoring in terms of the trucks. There's no monitoring in terms of whether the trucks are fit to carry water. There's no scheduling. For example, your refuse trucks would know that in our area they will be coming on Monday or Tuesday or this other day. So there's no monitoring. There are areas whereby a truck will take a month or so without people having, without receiving water.
Hang on.
There are so many trucks. 52.
Talk to me about that, because we've been assured, and this is what they tell us, is that there are 52 water tankers that are providing drinkable water to informal settlements 3 times a week, and 40 water trucks to formal areas daily. Is this not happening? So you're saying within a month you may not see a water truck?
Yes, it's not the truth. A month, 3 weeks goes about without areas receiving water. It's not the truth, because there's no head count. We don't know how many trucks are allocated per ward. There are these numbers, we just hear them, but you can even just now go to the ground, call all those trucks here. You will never find those 52 trucks. And it's a serious problem. And you'd imagine the 52 trucks still not enough. But then the same number, which is few, it's not in there. We can come and do a check now. There's no trucks.
There's no trucks.
52 trucks.
Even now, after 10 people have been confirmed dead, and there are people in the Jubilee Hospital right now that are fighting for their lives, you're still telling me that they do not, and they expect you to wash your hands, because that's the statement they released. You must worry about washing your hands and washing the Tupperwares and boiling the water and doing all of these things where I imagine electricity is a problem. You now have no fresh water that they said they have brought to you, and residents are dying. This is the situation. When you open the taps, what is the water still brown that comes out of the taps in Hammanskraal?
No, the color it's not consistent.
Okay.
It seems they've put more chemicals than they should, because the color today it's okay, it's good, it looks good, but then tomorrow is different. So it's not consistent. But Leon, I want to also put this across. I'm also a member of the National Water Monitor non-profit company, which we have also taken the city to court to make sure that water tankers are allocated to Hammanskraal. The structure consists of us from Hammanskraal, representative from Rooival, the farmers there, and representative from Roodeplaat to try and fight this. But look, when we talk about hygiene, saddening, because then we are told to wash hands, be hygienic, wash food and all that. But look, 70% or more of Hammanskraal is still using pit toilets. And this scenario, here's a house, we dig a toilet, a pit toilet, it gets full, you close it, you dig another one, and so on around Hammanskraal. And you know what happens is that yard has 4 or 5 pits around the yard and the whole of that area, and that also tells that the water level, underground water table also becomes contaminated.
Okay.
Because then when you go, you drill for borehole, water that comes out there is also contaminated.
Indeed.
The trucks is getting water from Stingwater and Estress, from the pipeline which comes from Soshanguve. But then the water table is contaminated. So if there are leaks there in the underground pipes, automatically the water also
will be contaminated.
become contaminated.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so
Tumelo,
when you talk about yes.
Tumelo, I have to unfortunately leave it there. We're running into news time. So, but I think you've given us some incredible content and an unbelievable way of describing what is happening in Hammanskraal, and it's absolutely unacceptable. We need answers, and that's something we're going to be following up for you with everything that you've told us. We will take this story forward for you. That, of course, is the Hammanskraal Residents Forum, Tumelo Koitheng, saying that Hammanskraal water is unfit. They don't see these water trucks that the city have promised to them, even though 10 people have died this weekend from water consumption that is contaminated.